Stream starting. You're listening to Legend of the Innkeeper, the Hearthstone podcast for casual players.
Ah, you're new here. Pull up a chair by the hearth.
Welcome to Legend of the Innkeeper. I'm Bastidius.
And I am Espo.
Greetings and salutations, all you kobolds.
And all you
Catacombs?
catacomb spelunkers.
You know what? I'm having a problem with this title of this episode, but expansion. I keep wanting to call it golems or goblins, and then I'll search for something. I'm like Hearthstone goblins. And it keeps coming up with goblins versus gnomes. I'm like, no. What is it? Oh, it's kobolds.
Dude, you gotta learn to read, man. Yeah, tough time with this whole reading thing.
Yeah, whatever.
You got this, man. By the way, the slideshow looks phenomenal. So congrats and thanks. You're the man.
Well, you set up the template in the first place. That actually was worked well for us for generations. So
how many expansions now, man? I think did I set that up for well, I might have set it up for goblins versus gnomes.
Right.
And then we've just used the same one with the faded game board as a background, which this new game board looks phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
So excited. I feel like Ungoro was a decent game board. Kind of interactive. Volcano exploded. Frozen Throne. The ice.
Not so much.
Well, the ice was cool because you clicked on it and it either changed into a Hearthstone symbol or a Murloc encased in ice or the Lich King's crown. That was kind of cool, and you could remold it and do it again. But not much else. I mean, you knocked some teeth out of the cave, but this one looks fairly interactive. Nothing like a volcano exploding, though. That was awesome.
Right.
TGT kept me busy for hours too with the target with the arrows.
That's true. Yeah, that definitely did. And then there was definitely the stage with Karazhan.
Oh yeah.
I liked that.
I like getting the disco ball to come down. I'd always try to do that. Nothing beats the 3 golden boots though.
True. Very true.
Yeah. Or it was 3 golden turnips or a golden boot. I can't remember. That was the OG. That was the original board. But
yeah, it was very difficult to get the 3 boots and then to get golden radishes. I think
golden radishes. That's right. Yeah. Dude, the good old days of the original game board.
Back in my day, I was digging up boots.
That's right. I was watering my garden until a boot showed up. Oh, geez. But yeah, dude, I'm excited to talk about these new cards. But how was your week, dude? You can go ahead first.
Well, it's been pretty good. Honestly, haven't had a lot of Hearthstone time just because it's been a lot of preparations for holiday time, and literally this last 3 days, the only 3 days of this work week, I've worked at least 10 hours a day for 3 days straight. It's not that big of a deal. It's just that it's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be slowing down this week. Everybody's supposed to be starting on their vacations and doing their things, and all of a sudden my days have been slammed. Like, what is going on? Don't you people know you're supposed to go away? Go on vacation. Get out of town, doing stuff and making problems. So if that would slow down, it would be nice, and I think it finally has. So
good.
family coming in. Ariana's coming to visit.
Very
And,
cool.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. That's why we did this a day early so that we can celebrate with the family's Thanksgiving and hang out and just chill for a few days. So
Yeah.
plus, in spite of that time, it has not taken them long to throw out a whole bunch of new cards, right?
Oh my gosh, it's been coming fast and heavy. Like I think yesterday I watched the live scream.
The
No,
stream.
Oh my gosh, these days have flown by. Monday was the live stream.
Yep.
Watched that Monday night, and then I don't think I saw any Hearthstone stuff yesterday. I've been so busy with these last couple days of school. But yeah, they've been coming at us fast and furious, and I love it. I like it because that means they're coming out really fast. So that means the set will come out fast. In my opinion, December 7th is that's when it's coming out.
Well, maybe. It seemed kind of early for me, but the way these are coming out, I mean, we have almost 30 cards roughly have been announced.
I think
so far.
Yeah.
So that's a huge chunk right off the bat. So
yeah, okay, if they keep it up, I think we're going to be right on schedule for the 7th. But
yeah,
I got a lot of Hearthstone time in this week.
Good.
Got to play a little bit of my priest. Still hanging out. I think I might have dropped to rank 12. I had to finish some quests and fell down a little bit. But last week I made it up to 11. I was kind of hanging out there, like going up and down star ranks in rank 11, playing priest. Still trying to get my golden priest. I'm well over 350. I want to say probably closer to 400 now. It'd be like 380. So definitely getting up there. Golden priest is right around the corner. Can't wait. In fact, the holidays may end up putting me into my next golden class, which, goodness, I don't even know what it would be.
Rogue.
I hate to say it, but I already got rogue.
Oh, you did get rogue. That's right.
Yeah, dude, I'm like 3 classes ahead of you now. What is it? Oh man, I hate to say it, but maybe druid.
Ooh.
I've been having some fun with druid. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun. Not Jade druid, just like
there will be an incentive
for druids.
There is a druid incentive we'll be talking about here in a minute. So
okay, I gotcha.
I did forget to mention, I did play a few games last week, and I was trying to make sure I would get below 20 so that I'm not in trouble.
Good. Get the card back.
And I've been playing Marin, the Marin Priest, which is Kibler's Priest.
Mm-hmm.
And it is amazing. That whole deck in general is just fun to play because your opponent, it ramps up and it just keeps getting steam and keeps moving forward, and your opponents just can't deal with it. And it's kind of fun to play that deck and be like, hey, you think you're handling this? Just wait. Yeah, now what do you think? Right.
Hey, wait, play a spell and get 2 legendaries on the board.
Right. So it's a lot of fun to play with that. So I'm enjoying Marin. And as Kibler mentioned on the stream, it's having Marin ahead of time has been kind of setting you a different mindset, because you're like, yeah, we've got Marin now. I can't wait for the new expansion. But really, Marin is a part of that new expansion. We just got to play them early.
Yeah.
So it's been fun to play with that card ahead of time. I'm glad they did it the way they did.
Yeah, it's like with Angora, we got the Volcanosaur early.
Mm-hmm.
And
but Marin's more fun.
Double adapt. Marin's a lot more fun. He's, not necessarily super competitive, but he can definitely put a high roll on some competitive decks if you get it right. That it's a steep cost though. You got to make it till that turn, but if you're playing the right deck, you can do it. And the fun factors there. He's just so
I was gonna say
fun.
I didn't say competitive. I said fun.
Yeah. Oh, definitely fun. Definitely fun. But yeah, this expansion is turning out so far so good. Super stoked for it. Can't wait. I want these cards now, and it looks like Hunter's going to be a lot more fun this expansion too.
So, yes, definitely.
I love the Hunter.
And in this batch of cards, I know your favorite card of the entire set is in this batch, and I'll mention it when we get to it. So,
could be.
No, I know it is. It absolutely is your favorite card.
We'll see. We'll see.
Anyways,
We'll see if Zeroshio and you were both, because he and I were talking. And huge shout out to Zeroshio. He's the man. I'll just say that. Let's just say he's a good guy, and he is my wingman for life. But he said, "Oh, you're watching the live stream? Okay, well, your card is coming up," and he called it. I mean, I love it. But we'll see if you're correct. We'll see if you
I think
know
mine's
me as
different.
well as
But
Zeroshio.
anyways,
Okay.
okay. Also, this week, the new Tale of the Fox Part 2 came out, and that's on the Play Hearthstone's blog site. So if you want to go read the continuation of that story, it takes another twist and turn in the story. If you haven't read the first one, go read the first one, and then read the second one.
Wow.
It's kind of like a little comic book, revealing some
It
story
is.
along the way.
And I tell you what, I was a little worried about the I want to say, I guess, Hearthstone commercials, advertisements, these little blurbs that they come out with. I was a little worried last year when they came out with the guacamole commercial.
True.
That scared me. I was like, if all their advertisements, all their commercials, all their little blurbs are going to be like this, I'm a little worried. And then they came out with the one for exploring Ungoro, right? Journey into Ungoro.
Sure.
And it was the kid from Parks and Rec.
Mm-hmm.
No, is that right?
I don't know. I don't pay attention to that stuff.
I don't. Anyway, it's the kid from one of those shows. I forget his name, but anyway, he was going through the jungles of Ungoro and
Right.
always running into trouble, and different cards were doing different things to him. And I don't know how you felt about that, but it was just weird. Like
It was weird.
I couldn't get into it, and it just kept on getting weirder and weirder, and I just wanted it to stop. I was like, no, just stop now. And then after that, they started getting a little better and a little bit better. The you know what I think it was? I think when Ben Brode made his own rap.
I was just thinking about that, going,
Yeah.
he hasn't done a rap or anything this season yet, this expansion.
Well,
and I haven't heard people.
And the only reason he made the other one was because they were like, hey, there's no music with the expansion with Ungoro, right?
Right. But the last expansion, though, they begged him to do another one.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And he did, remember? And then
yes.
like,
yeah.
No one has done it yet.
But I feel like after he did that first one, like, it's gotten better. They were like, well, if Ben Brode can do cool stuff like this, then we better up our game. So, I think Team 5 has gotten a lot better with their advertisements, their little blurbs, and this is right up there. This is good stuff. I like it a lot. I think it's cool. It's not, animated. It's just, a little story, and I think it's good.
It's well written.
It is, and I like it a lot. The cards that are coming out are definitely a lot cooler than I thought they would be, and this little story is pretty cool.
Although I have to say, this story that came out with this one, there is a protagonist, I guess there's a monster mentioned that we haven't seen in card form yet.
And they said
card was coming.
They said that they were going to hint at some future cards, or not future, I guess, cards that are in this expansion. And,
okay. Well, they definitely did then in this last.
Yeah.
And if you haven't looked at it, you probably should look at it, because it's probably one of our future cards.
Yes, that is Tale of the Fox. Not what does the fox say, Tale of the Fox. So if you're going to try to, Google it, definitely don't Google what does the fox say. You will be remiss and probably a little bit depressed and probably drive yourself crazy.
I don't know what you're talking about, and I don't want to know.
Oh, dude, you don't. That was like, man, that was like 5 years ago now, I think. Maybe 4 years ago. The music video, What Does the Fox Say? Oh, my goodness. My kids in my classroom would sing it, and I was ready to shoot myself.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
Well.
Any other news? I mean, it seems like just the cards were news enough.
It's really it. Yeah, that's been the biggest piece to it. And that's okay. I mean, I think at this time, a lot of people are focused on Thanksgiving. They're focusing on family and travel and just getting some time away. So I think that's pretty much what we need to talk about. Let's talk about some cards.
Well, before we do that, now that we're recording on, well, Wednesday is today, but we're recording on Thursday now, so it's time for, we can actually talk about the current Tavern Brawl. So did you play?
Yes, we can.
Did you play?
I did not, because it just came out today, and I did slammed today.
So it is a repeat, and I'll explain it. It's decks assemble. So you're building your deck as you go along, and it's great again for new players. You pick a class, and your starting hand. Mine was chickens and a coin. So I got 1/1 chickens and a coin, and then your next turn starts with, well, you play your cards, and then your hand gets the cards that you didn't play get shuffled back into your deck. You draw a new hand of 4 cards, but the cards you play, they also get shuffled into your deck. So you gain these cards as the game goes on. But how you gain them isn't just drawing from your deck, because you draw 4 cards from your deck each turn. But your hand is also shoveled back into your deck. So it's not like you're dwindling your deck down. It gets shuffled back in. At the beginning of your turn, you have a discover where you have 3 cards up. And at random cards, I had everything from Mad Bomber to Alex Straza. So you can choose from any cards, spells. I had Swipe, I had Pyroblast, all these cards that you could choose from. So you choose that card, it goes into your hand. You either play it that turn, or at the end of turn, it gets shuffled back into your deck. But the cool thing is, even if you play it, it still gets shuffled back into your deck. So essentially, you're getting 2 copies of it.
Okay.
You still get 1 copy of it, because if you play it, it goes in your deck. If you end turn and it's in your hand, it goes back into your deck.
Mm-hmm.
So either way, you keep it. Really, really cool. Fun way to play. You're kind of drafting your deck as you go along, but you're drafting from totally random cards. It's pretty neat. I had a lot of fun with it. I won twice so far. And the cool thing is, you get the Kobolds and Catacombs card. So last week's Tavern Brawl, you got your
pack.
Kobolds and Catacombs pack. This week you get your pack, and then if you bought the 50 cards. So right now I'm sitting with 52 cards that I can't open until the expansion drops.
Of course.
So they're in there just shaking around, waiting for me to open them.
53.
Super excited.
Got a free one.
Oh, 53. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Cool.
So, but yeah, I wanted to talk about that real quick, because
I'm glad you did.
I want to make sure people are doing the Tavern Brawl each week, because like this week, I didn't know I was getting a free KFC card. KNC.
I was going to say,
is that
what?
Cataco card?
Kentucky Fried Catacombs?
Yeah. So I got a free Cataco card. There we go.
Cataco.
No. Coacat. Coacat?
Oh my goodness. Okay, moving on. Wow.
Cataco.
Okay,
I don't know.
our first card then. The first one that came through is a pretty crazy card. It's a Branching Paths, a 4-mana druid card. It's a spell, and it's not a choose one card. No, they couldn't do just choose one card. This is a choose 2 card. Choose twice. And it gives 3 different options for you to choose from, and you get to pick from those 3 options 2 times. The options are draw a card, give your minions +1 attack, or gain 6 armor. And it does exactly what it sounds like. When you play this card, it gives you the 3 options, and you pick one. And then that applies it to whatever it goes towards, and then it gives you another option to pick from the 3 cards again. So you can draw 2 cards in that turn, or you can give your minions +1 attack and then do +1 attack again. You can gain 6 armor or 12 armor, or you can mix it up. You can gain 6 armor and draw a card. So it's a really kind of a crazy idea. And I think the card art is really cool too, because this is kind of that going back into the rogue idea where you're delving into a dungeon and you're choosing paths or choosing options as you go through this dungeon. So it's really cool.
Yeah, this card is pretty cool. In the video with Peter Whalen and Brian, they played this card, and it was really cool. They got to choose one, give all your minions +1 attack, and then, of course, next they draw a card. So it's really neat. It's, like Vestidia said, you get that discover mechanic where it brings up the 3 decisions. You choose one, it applies it, whether it's gain 6 armor, all your minions get +1 attack, or you draw a card, and then it brings up the discover the 3 options again, and you choose one. I really like the way they did this card. I like the way they made it. And honestly, 4 mana. So you're looking at, if you draw 2 cards, so that's about 3 mana, but it also gives you the choice to draw 2 cards, which that choice is worth an additional mana, I think. And then give your minions +1 attack for 4 mana is a little steep, but again, you can do that twice, which is still a little steep, but it's also a choice, which is
it depends on how many minions you have on the board too.
Yeah,
makes it more valuable.
And then 4 mana to gain 12 armor if you choose, or to draw a card and then gain 6 armor. It seems a little steep, but the thing is, it's you're paying for the ability to choose. I think it's a little steep if you're looking at it individually. Drawing 2 cards for 4 mana is crazy. Giving your minions +1 attack or +2 attack for 4 mana is crazy. Or drawing a card and giving your minions +1 attack. It seems really steep, but I think you're paying for the choice that you're getting, the fact that you're allowed to choose, and it's versatility is what you're paying for, I guess, is what I'm kind of getting at. So
right,
great card. I like it a lot.
Oh yeah, looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. The Hunter Legendary.
Oh yeah, this is my card.
Katharina Winterwisp.
I love it.
See, 8 mana, 6/6 minion, Battle Cry and Death Rattle. Recruit a beast.
So my favorite class, everybody knows, Hunter. My favorite mechanic is Death Rattle. Discover's really close, so close. But man, you can't deny the awesomeness of Death Rattle. And the fact that Hunter has so many ways to trigger Death Rattles, and even with the latest expansion that just came out, you got Play Dead. It's, oh my goodness, Feign Death, Play Dead. You have the neutral legendary that if you play it and then you play a Death Rattle minion afterwards, it's Death Rattle triggers. So I'm not sure if this will, I'm pretty sure this will work, because you play this and then, of course, the Battle Cry, you recruit a beast. And then if you already have Umbra in play, the Death Rattle triggers on Katharina, and you get another beast. And oh my gosh.
And then when she dies,
another one. Yeah, it happens again. So I already have a Death Rattle Hunter built. So I have that already build going on, and I'm constantly adapting it. And I've had that I've had that since Naxxramas, I think, because of the Undertaker. I think Undertaker was Naxxramas, and I've just constantly been evolving it, and I have one for Wild, and then I have one for Standard. Evolving my Death Rattle, yeah. So, yeah, I love this card. I love it. 8 mana is a little steep, but I think it's going to be worth it if you build your deck correctly. Oh my goodness, just incredible. And recruiting a beast, you can recruit a beast that has Death Rattle, which we all know, the legendary minion Savannah Highmane, right? I think Savannah Highmane was supposed to be a legendary. It's just that awesome. I love Savannah Highmane. But yeah, super stoked about this card.
It's certainly cool.
Yeah, it's my favorite. It is definitely my favorite.
Well, this one was interesting. The next one's a level up spell for Paladins, 5 mana. Give your silver hand recruits +2/+2 and taunt.
Okay.
Right? I'm just not a big silver hand recruit fan.
Yeah.
And it just like they never go away. They're always there. But then again, that's one of the big mechanics with the paladin in general.
Yeah.
That's a strength, honestly. And there was during the tournament stage, the grand tournament, that was a big focus, and you got some really good benefits to playing with Silverhand recruits and that. And then when that rotated out, you lost a lot of those things.
Yeah,
So,
quartermaster, muster for battle went away.
yep. So this is kind of bringing that back in a different format a little bit to give them some more functions. Now, in the videos when they showed it, it was pretty strong. It was pretty cool what you can do with this thing. But same time, again, it is real interesting to see this come back.
Yeah, I don't know. I tell you what I do like. When I saw this card, I thought, this is awesome. It fits right in. Level up.
It does.
So, this is kind of your Dungeons and Dragons, if I can say that, expansion. And of course, the idea behind your character in these Dungeons and Dragons or Pathfinder or Rogue style games is you're leveling up your character. You're gaining things that make you more powerful. So this card, albeit for 5 mana seems kind of steep, but you're leveling up. So it's pretty neat.
Well, that fits in also with the gemstones that have been revealed so far, where you're leveling those up also. So yeah, I agree. This whole expansion. There's a lot of that thought process and concepts going into it. So
yeah, you're leveling up your character, you're leveling up your gear. This is really neat. I have a feeling, Peter Whalen was the lead designer, and he took lead on this expansion, and I bet he had a blast doing this, because so many things you could be like, man, I remember playing pen and paper, dungeon crawlers back in the day, and man, we did this thing, and let's make that into a card. It's so much to pull from. This was probably they probably made too many cards for this, and we might even see them later on,
right?
In next expansions.
Okay, next one we have is the Duskbreaker.
Wow.
It's Priest Dragon. 4/3/3, 4 mana 3/3 dragon says battle cries. If you're holding a dragon, deal 3 damage to all other minions. 4 mana?
Wow. Right?
Yeah, and the Kibler Marin Mage Priest that I'm playing right now is so going to benefit from this. I mean, this is such a good fit for those dragon decks. And during the stream, of course, Kibler's a big dragon fan. He was wearing his dragon shirt there with his reveal, and he was talking about this, and he's like, "Is there any more dragon cards?" Sounds like Peter was saying that there's not a whole lot more dragon cards, maybe 2 or 3 cards or dragons, but there are some cards that are going to help out dragons. Yeah. So, man, Dragon Priest is looking good.
Well, the thing is, you got this card for 4 mana, and it's a battle cry, which is big because you control it. You say, okay, I'm going to do this now, and it happens. Whereas Death Rattle, with the dragon before, if you're holding a dragon in your hand, it deals 3 damage to everything on the board. Whereas this, you can control it. And on turn 4, you can do this. Whereas a lot of the other board clears for Priest were later in the game.
Sure.
And you had to kind of wait. And Dragonfire Potion was turn 6. In the past, we had Light Bomb. We do have Holy Nova, but, for 4 cost, and you're getting a 3/3 on the board. So on turn 3 or on turn 4, depending on when you're playing this, you will probably have a board with minions that don't have more than 3 health most of the time. So you're wiping the board, and then you're leaving a 3/3 dragon on the board, which dragons, can trigger each other. So this is phenomenal. I love it. I love Priest, and I think I'm gonna really enjoy this. I'm actually hoping I don't get Golden Priest before the expansion comes out, so I can play this, because what happens is I get my golden class and then I don't touch it for months.
Yeah, you move on.
I haven't touched Rogue. Well, I did touch Rogue for a little bit with Marin, shadow stepping him and everything. But yeah, Duskbreaker looks phenomenal. So excited.
Oh yeah. Okay, next one. It's a rogue card. It's a spell called Cheat Death. Oh wait, what? The text on this card is a little weird. I think they
you're
made a
not seeing
mistake.
things. You're not seeing things.
They must have made a mistake.
No mistakes
This card
here.
says secret. It's a rogue card. Yes, we did say that. A rogue secret. When a friendly minion dies, return it to your hand. It costs 2 less. Called Cheat Death.
So it's a shadow step for 2 mana, but it's a secret. And I really like this card. And during the live stream, Peter said that they originally had rogues as a secret class because it just played into the rogue's bag of tricks. You know, when you think of a rogue, you're thinking of someone that's sneaky, somebody that plays tricks, right? And of course, secrets are right in there. But for some reason, they decided rogues had too much power, I guess, and they had to take the secrets away, give them to paladins. But they said there's going to be 3 secrets, so you're still going to have to. And they said they're definitely different enough from each other that you will have a tough time playing around them, or you'll really have to think about how you play around them. And we actually will see the other secret here soon, but we haven't seen the third one yet. But Cheat Death, pretty cool, and it has some cool animation with the kobold cheating death there, jumping over the fire from the dragon.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, the other secret is Sudden Betrayal. It's a 2 mana. When a minion attacks your hero, instead it attacks one of its neighbors. This is awesome. I love Betrayal. That's one of my favorite rogue cards in general, just regular Betrayal. Although it's not real useful in all cases, because really to get the best value from it is your opponent has to have 3 minions on the board.
Yeah.
And that middle minion should be one that can destroy both minions on each side. So this is one of those adjustments to the same card, but of a less cost, and it's a secret. So
yeah, the thing is, so if you're any kind of Hearthstone player and you know anything about secrets or anything about, you know, how to go about your order of operations during a turn, you know, you do kind of draw mechanics first, and then when your minions, you finally decide to attack with your minions, you usually attack with the smaller minions first to test for things. So you're attacking with your 1/1 Silverhand Recruit first, and you know it hits the secret, and then it ends up bumping into the Lich King, killing off your Silverhand Recruit, and then you know your Lich King just takes 1 damage. It's kind of like a misdirection for hunters.
Sure.
But I don't think I don't know. This isn't as stellar as the other secret. But it's still interesting. In the live stream they had a gastropod against the Lich King. So you know that they killed each other, obviously. You know, the gastropod having poison and the Lich King having 8 attack. When they bumped into each other, it was just bad news. So
spontaneous combustion.
I'd like to see maybe they take secrets away from paladins and give them to rogues from now on, at least for a while. That would be kind of cool. But I don't know. 3 secrets is cool. I wish they would give them more. I love rogues. I love it. So.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
Okay, next we have a legendary weapon. It's called the Rune Spear. It's 8 mana, 3/3 weapon, and it is a shaman weapon. And the text on it is after your hero attacks, discover a spell and cast it with random targets. I love the concept of this because it's not discover a shaman spell, it's discover a spell. Any spell in the game and cast it with random targets.
Yeah, I like it from I guess a lore perspective. You know, you picture the shaman, you know, they've got this giant spear or staff and they're kind of, you know, fighting you with it or beating off some kobolds with one hand and they're casting spells with the other hand. I think Peter was talking about it that way, and you know, I kind of pictured it and I was like, yeah, that seems really cool. But then the 8 mana kind of was like, oh, well.
Yeah.
that's not going to happen a lot, especially since this is also a legendary. So, yeah, I mean,
But think about some of the spells you could get.
oh yeah, you could get some really cool stuff, and I think it'll be a fun card to play with, and you could make your weapons cheaper with minions, and I'm sure there's ways to do it out there now with spells maybe, but it's interesting. I like it. It could be a lot
to be
of fun.
determined.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Next, we have the Lesser Mithril Spellstone, and this is one of those stones that we've talked about in the last show, where as you use the text on the card to level the stone up, you get additional abilities. And this one is a warrior card. It's a lesser, like I said, lesser mithril spellstone. The text, it's a 7-mana card. It's kind of expensive, but the text is summon 1/5/5 mithril golem, equip a weapon to upgrade. And when you upgrade it, it changes to summon 2/5/5 mithril goblins or golems, equip a weapon to upgrade. And when the final upgrade is summon 3/5/5 mithril golems.
I think this is bonkers. So as a hunter, you have Nazos first mate, turn 1, equip a weapon, right? And if you have this in your hand, then if you make it to turn 7, you've probably equipped another weapon since then. There's many minions, many weapons that cost less than 7 that could, be cast. And 7 mana, you get 2/5/5s. I don't think that's bad at all. And then even if you're not happy with that, you can equip one more weapon, and then you pay 7 mana to get 3/5/5s. I mean, 7 mana to get 3/5/5s is not bad at all. You're only equipping. Let me see. So you equip a weapon, you upgrade. You equip a weapon. So you're only equipping 2 weapons by turn 7?
Third one.
Well, you have the first
one in
your hand. So you equip
two weapons. You're right.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah. I don't see that as a problem. I'm equipping easily by turn 7. I'm equipping 2 weapons. Easily.
And if you put this in a weapons deck, I mean, it just makes sense.
Well, the thing, like I said early on, the warriors have minions that equip weapons for you.
Mm-hmm.
So you're getting a minion, you're getting a weapon, you're upgrading this, and even if you're only at the getting 2, so the halfway point, you're equipping 1 weapon and it changes it to 2/5/5s for 7 mana. Right. I don't think that's a problem at all. So let's just say you happen to make it to turn 7. This is in your hand. Now the thing is, you have to have this in your hand.
This would be a mulligan.
Here's my question. So you happen to get, in your opening hand, you get 2 of these, right? You have 2 of them in your deck, which I don't know why you'd put 2 7-cost, very situational cards in your hand, but you do, right? Turn 1, you have this in your hand. You play Nazos first mate. Both of them get upgraded. Then you play another weapon. Both of them get upgraded again. So they're both at max. They're the greater mithril spellstones. You coin one out on turn 6, get 3/5/5s. Turn 7, you play the other one, get 3/5/5s. I mean, this could be bonkers. I see this as possibly.
Except in your specific example, you would end up with a turn 1 with a weapon in your hand and nothing you can play until you drew a card, and then you still only have 1 card you can play, and then until you drew a card, and you kind of get yourself stuck in a rut if you don't.
Well, I'm saying who puts 2 of these in their deck? I mean, maybe you do, maybe you don't.
But what if you do, and you add?
Do you draw 2 into both of them in your first hand?
You do that, but then you also have a lot of card draw to get some more cards to replace the ones that these are stuck. I don't.
I do like this. I have to discuss with Rez, because he's in my opinion, in our circle of Hearthstone players that we run in, just me and Rez. He's the warrior expert, so I got to discuss it with him further.
Well, it's another great option for upgrading as you go along. So Really cool to see.
I
that.
like it.
Okay, and then the final card that they revealed in the live stream was the Feral Gibbler. And I don't think I've ever seen Peter Whalen so happy and excited. I mean, giddy, literally giddy. This is a 1-mana, 1/1 minion. After this minion attacks a hero, add a copy of it to your hand. And he says this card's cute.
Well, you know, I have a lot of friends that I'm really close to that are dental hygienists, and I think they would be concerned with this feral gibber's gums, that they're a little inflamed. He might have some kind of gingivitis going on, or maybe an infection. I think he needs to get his teeth looked at. And
that's why he's feral.
Yeah, he's definitely wild. On the live stream, this was really cool. It was just, it was a constant. The thing is, and this card isn't bad, it would be super broken if it was a beast. If this was a beast, it would be insane.
Yep.
This would be bonkers if it was a beast. But I like it. I think it's cool. I like cards like this that are that kind of, you know, I don't know, 1/1 kind of feeling like you could just go crazy with it, but you really can't.
Right.
There are limitations. So
yeah, because he even mentioned how during playtesting early on with this card, they ended up many times with their hand full of these things.
Yeah.
And just couldn't play anything else because they couldn't draw any more cards.
Yeah.
And couldn't put any more cards on the board because all they had were gibberers on the board. And you just kind of stuck doing all you can do to get rid of these cards. So,
crazy little gibber.
be warned. Right? Don't go too nuts with it.
I think it's cool though. I definitely think it's cool. If it was a beast, oh my goodness.
I agree. Yes.
Insane. But cute, I don't know. I would discuss it with your daughter. She's very good at figuring out.
I guarantee you, she's gonna say it's not cute.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna agree with her.
Okay. Next is the Druid's legendary weapon, Twig of the World Tree, a 4-mana 1/5 weapon that says Death Rattle, gain 10 mana crystals.
Wow.
Yeah. Man.
Hmm.
But it's got 5 durability on it, so you've got to swing this thing a few times with only 1 attack. So it is a delayed gratification. So you want to get this thing out early so that you can get rid of it fast, so that you can get that extra 10 manas.
Yeah. Gain 10 mana crystals.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that mean? So let's say you are on turn 9. So you play this on turn 4, you swing, 5 times. It's now turn 8, turn 9. I'm not really good with math, but its death rattle goes off, right? Well, you've already played out all your mana for that turn. So does this refill your mana crystals, or does this just put you from 9 to 10 empty mana crystals?
No, this is replacing and regenerating.
Okay. So this is really good then. If that's true, this is really good. So I forget where this debuted. Because if you go on Hearthstone's website, they actually this is one of the cards that was on a reveal on either a website or a streamer. I can't remember who I guess revealed this. But it's one of those where we'll have to see it played. At least I will. But if that's the case, if it's like a Coon where you spend all your mana and then it death rattles and replaces your mana, then this card's awesome. But if it doesn't work that way, if it just boosts you to 10, like a ramp druid does, where you play a card and it gives you a mana crystal, so it boosts you up. Because most of the time you're not going to get the death rattle off this until turn 8 or 9, correct? Unless someone destroys it early.
Right. There is a couple options people have mentioned about this
Okay.
to ways to kind of trigger it. One of those being Medivh, who would destroy the twig and replace it with an Adiesh.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah. So you can destroy weapons yourself by equipping another weapon.
Yep.
So
Right.
equipping another weapon destroys this one. But what my question is can you, or what happens when this death rattle goes off? Does it boost you from, let's say on turn 4 you play this, turn 5 you play another weapon, it destroys this. Okay, you played that weapon, let's say it costs 5 mana. I don't know how, but for some reason there's a 5 mana weapon in a druid. You play it.
Well, here's the difference. It doesn't say gain 10 empty mana crystals.
Okay.
Nourish. Not Nourish. The other ramp cards do say empty mana crystals.
Okay, so this refills your mana just like Kuhn does.
Yep.
Okay, what does Kuhn say on his card? Because that'll let us know right there. But yeah, so one way is to equip another weapon that destroys this, or just buff it up to where your opponent's like, I gotta destroy this now.
Kuhn says refresh your mana crystals.
Yeah, see, and this doesn't say that. So that's my concern. My concern is that it doesn't refresh. It just puts you to 10.
Okay. The clarification is the mana crystals will not be empty. It will work as Nourish does, which is gain 2 mana crystals.
So in other words, you would be at 19 mana crystals if you play this.
No, it doesn't go more than 10.
Okay.
They don't allow you to go beyond 10. So if you trigger this on turn 9,
okay,
you could trigger this after you've already spent all your mana.
And then it gives you
and
one
then you
mana.
it would give you 10 total again.
So it does refresh then.
Yes.
I'm wondering why it doesn't say that then.
Because because if you don't have 10, it's giving you 10.
Ah, okay. So it gives you 10 and then fills them up.
Yes.
Okay. Well, then this card's awesome.
I mean, it is legendary. It should do something.
Yeah.
Epic.
This card's awesome then.
Or in this case,
I love it. I think this is awesome. I think it's great. If you hold on to this from turn 4, until its death rattle goes off, which obviously they can't silence weapons. You can't yet. You can't
not yet. Right.
So I want to see this in play. I think it's going to be awesome. This is going to be incredible. It's going to be like Kuhn crazy.
Yep. Okay, moving on. We have the neutral Rummaging Cobalt. 3 mana, 1/3 minion, battle cry. Return one of your destroyed weapons to your hand.
Right?
Could you possibly have this in the same deck?
Yes, you would, because this
yes.
This is Resurrect. We have a Resurrect for our weapons now.
Right. Yes.
I love it.
That would be awesome, because how many weapons are you going to have as a druid?
Yeah. So you just bring it back to your hand, and then,
Yeah, this is awesome. Definitely run 2 of these with that card in it.
Well, okay. So here's my question. So you play Twig of the World Tree, right? It gets destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
You play this guy. It brings it to your hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't play it yet. You play this guy again. You play your second copy. Now you have 2 Twigs of the World Tree. You play 1 twig, and then you equip the other one, destroying the other one, and you get, your 10 mana crystals refreshed. I mean, it's just
It's Twigception.
It's pretty much Twigception. And all because of a Rummaging Kobold.
Right.
I do like the Kobold, though. He is cool. He's got his backpack full of stuff he has rummaged through.
Yes.
But Resurrect for weapons, dude. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. I like that.
I like that. Maybe play this in a hunter and get back your Eaglehorn bow.
Mm-hmm.
pretty neat.
Okay. Well, then we have another one, another neutral card called Spiteful Summoner. It's a 6-mana 4/4 minion. Battle cries: reveal a spell from your deck. Summon a random minion with the same cost.
So you turn 6. You are running Druid. So you reveal your ultimate infestation, which is 10 mana. You see it. All right, awesome. And then you summon Yasharaj. So turn 6, you summon Yasharaj. I don't see a problem. Now it is a random minion, so it could be any 10 cost minion. But I mean yeah. I like this. I like this a lot. So you maybe a minion heavy deck and you have one ultimate infestation or one big spell card, right? Pyroblast. And you reveal it and then you get a minion. So turn 6, you're always getting a huge minion.
Sure. But very situational, I think.
Yeah, I think Druid could do this. I think Druid could pull this off.
Well, I mean, Druid does have Spreading Plague, Nourish, Ultimate Infestation, some really big spell cards.
Yeah, all 5 or more.
Yeah. So you'd definitely have some good cards there to play with.
A random minion, no. That's what's fun. That is very fun. I like that. Yeah, cool stuff.
So what you're saying is not competitive, but fun.
Maybe.
Okay, this is the card that Espo loves. The best card in the entire absolute expansion right here.
Okay. Now I understand why you're saying it now. This makes me laugh. I love this. I love this.
New legendary minion, Zola the Gorgon, a 3-mana 2/2 minion. Yes, a 3-mana 2/2 legendary minion. The battle cry is choose a friendly minion, add a golden copy of it to your hand.
Yes, because I will just go ahead and dust it as soon as it comes to my hand. So the Gorgon is giving me a golden copy of some kind of minion. I think this is cool. I think you know how I feel about golden cards. I dust them as soon as I get them. But just because I need that dust to make the cards, it saves me money. This is cool because I get to play golden cards that I don't have.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really close to having all the golden basic cards though, which is the classic set has all those basic cards in it.
Only because you can't dust them.
Yeah, you can't dust them. That's right. Yep. I got Shaman and Warrior are my only classes that aren't level 60. For those of you that don't know, after you gain levels to get your class cards, after you get to level, I think it's 10, then you start getting golden versions of those class cards. Then you get golden versions of the basic cards. So after you've gotten every class up to level 60, you've acquired all the golden basic cards. So all the cards in your collection that don't have a crystal in the middle, those are considered basic. You get those for free. Those are given to you at the beginning of the game. You can't craft them. You can't get them out of packs. And you get the golden copies for free as you level up your individual heroes. I, of course, have the golden news, which was given to me when Arianwen smashed me with her ooze that one game.
Right.
So, but yeah, if you guys, a good goal for some of you that just like to play the game, you're not, worried about ranking up in ladder and getting golden heroes. You can try to get all your heroes to level 60, which gains you all the golden basic cards, which I am so close to getting. All I need is 2 more levels with Warrior and 3 more levels with Shaman. And I will have all the golden basic cards, which I'm pretty proud of considering I don't have gold cards. Hearthstone gave me those.
Here is a good application for this card, by the way.
Okay.
Shaman or Druid with Aya Blackpaw.
Yeah.
And you make a friendly minion of this, and it happens to be a golden version of Aya.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Yeah, having two Aya Black Paws is never a bad thing. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of different things. I mean, there's a lot of people mention this is just a golden Shadowcaster, but remember, Shadowcaster creates 1/1 minions.
Mm-hmm.
This not only creates a copy of a minion for you and makes it golden. The key part is that this is a neutral. This isn't a class focused card. So any class can use this card to great benefit. So I think that's where this becomes strong.
Yeah,
there's gonna be some
actually a
ways
decent
this
card.
get used.
Yeah, it's a pretty decent card because you're getting a copy of any card that you play.
Yeah.
So and it's only 3, which is super sweet. So
Mhm.
you play your Uncle Tony, Archmage Antonitis. You play him. I think he's 7 cost. Is that right? And then you play
Yes,
this,
he
get a
is.
copy of it in your hand.
Mhm.
So for then you play your golden Uncle Tony and you get golden fireballs, which is cool. But having 2 Uncle Tonys in your deck is never a bad thing. I like her a lot. I think this is a viable card, and I get to play with golden cards. Which
I can't wait to get the golden version.
Oh wow!
Just kidding. I don't.
Wow.
Okay, next we have is the Seeping Oozling, a 6-mana 5/4 hunter card. Not a beast. Battle Cry, gain the death rattle of a random minion in your deck.
This is cool.
It's like a Shadow's Essence.
This is really neat. I really like this.
Yeah, this is going to be really cool. There's a lot of cards that synergize with this one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, like I said earlier, Death Rattle Hunter is pretty neat. Not super competitive, but definitely fun.
Katharina. I mean, there's just tons of different. I mean, this is just another addition to your Death Rattle deck.
So my question is this in the image, the card art image, we have a slime with a mouth, what looks like a mouth with slime coming out of it. He's got eyes, but then he has a candle on his head. So is this really a kobold that has been changed into a slime, or a kobold that has been slimed? Like, what's going on here?
This was last night's Jello dessert that became animate.
No, this is somebody's birthday cake gone wrong.
Probably.
That's why there's a candle on it.
Well, just don't try and take the candle.
Take candle. I like this a lot. This is a cool card. Hunter, Death Rattle. Bring it on.
Okay, then we have a mage card, a Raven Familiar, 2/2 beast. Battle Cry, reveal a spell in each deck, and if yours costs more, draw it. This is okay. It just gives you a card in your hand. Most likely, some of the mage spells can cost a little bit more, but not likely. I mean, you're going to be probably 50% getting your cards drawn, but you're just going to draw. You're not getting a copy of it. And I think we've kind of gotten spoiled by getting copies of cards lately with the last few expansions. So, in general, 2 cost. It's just a decent card.
Well, this draws you into your big finisher. So if you're playing like a tempo mage, where it's kind of minion heavy, and you're wanting that Pyroblast to kind of finish the person off, play this card. Pyroblast costs 10. Most of the time, it's going to win that joust, and boom, you got it.
Yeah, the problem people were complaining about mostly, though, is that the current mage decks that are out there that are being played use a lot of lower cost spells. So this won't work real well in that, because you're going to end up losing more often than you will win. So I don't know. We have to build a deck around. You probably have to tech a deck for this one. A little more focused than what's currently in play. It's not just added in your current one. So
yeah.
Okay, the next one, I really like this card somewhat. I like the idea. The concept is just a unique way of doing cards, and this is just another example of that. But again, it's a paladin card, so the overall stats on this card aren't as great as I would like to see them. It's called the Unidentified Maul. It's a 3-mana 2/2 legendary weapon for the paladin. The stats on the card say gain a bonus effect in your hand. So this is another one of those cards that when you get the card drawn out of your deck and put into your hand, it gets one of 4 possible text on the cards. And every single card, the card stays the 3 cost, stays the 2/2 weapon. Just the battle cry changes. Battle cry will be one of the 4. Summon 2 1/1 Silverhand recruits. Give your minions taunt. Give your minions +1 attack, or give your minions divine shield. And you won't know which one it's going to be until you actually draw the card and put it in your hand. And when it gets in your hand, it's going to convert into one of these cards.
Yeah, this goes right along with the theme of the expansion. You know, you're crawling through this dungeon, you find this mall, and you're kind of like, oh, what is this? And then upon further inspection, in other words, when you draw it from your deck, boom, there you go. This is what you got. And it could could be different each time.
It's kind of like identifying in Diablo what your weapon is, or legendary weapon you find on the ground.
Right?
Cool.
Yeah.
It's good. What is it? What is stats on it?
Oh, speaking of which, when I identify my legendary items now, some of them say primal in front of them.
Oh, look at you, man.
Yeah, I finally got my Greater Rift 70. I did a 76 the other night. So
wow.
for those of you that are Diablo 3 fans, if you solo a Greater 70 Rift or higher, you open up the chance for primal ancient legendaries to drop. And those are legendary weapons and items with perfect stats. So pretty cool stuff. I've only had one primal drop so far. It was a ring that I couldn't really use. So,
figures.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, this goes right along with the expansion. I'm stoked. This is so
good
cool.
stuff. Okay, then 2 more cards left. First one is Silverhand Vanguard, a 7-mana neutral minion, 3/3 neutral minion, Death Rattle recruit, and 8-cost minion.
How about that?
Yeah, pretty good. I mean, you get a 3/3 minion on the board that when it dies, it brings out an 8-cost minion. Could be anything, and it's you get on the board. So
well, it could be. You say it could be anything that's 8 cost from your deck.
Correct.
Because recruit is summoning minions from your deck, so have to have.
Don't forget to put an 8-cost minion in your deck.
Dude, how many times?
Is that what you're saying?
How many times have I built a deck saying, Rez, we're going to do this. We're going to make this happen. And then, like, the most important card, like, a couple times, I've been like, dude, I can't believe I didn't draw into Lore Walker Cho that time. Again, I didn't draw into Lore Walker Cho. Wait a second. Did I? Oh, I didn't put the most important card, Lore Walker Cho, in my deck. Yeah, let's go
and you complain about me not reading the cards.
Yeah, well,
right.
Not only do I not read them, I don't even put them in my deck.
Right.
You're supposed to have that in there. Yeah. So, yeah, you got to have that 8-cost minion in your deck so that you can recruit it. Because if it's not there, you're not recruiting it. It will fizzle out.
And then the final card is the Lone Champion, a 3-mana 2/4 minion, neutral again. The battle cry is if you control no other minions, meaning there's no other minions on the board for your side, gain taunt and divine shield.
I actually like this guy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I like him a lot. Good stuff.
Really
I
cool.
like the stats. Strong. I mean, anything that has a big butt and it has taunt and divine shield, pretty good. And I think you could manage to build a deck where turn 3 is basically your first minion that you're playing.
Right.
So it's definitely possible.
Completely possible.
Super excited. This is really, really cool. Good stuff.
Okay. Well, that wraps up the current announced cards, and we will be seeing more as the week goes along, and next week we'll catch up with where we're at and what the current cards are available at that point.
Yeah.
So anyways, yeah, there's no reviews this week, no emails. I didn't pull anything on Twitter or Facebook, but it's Thanksgiving week here in the U.S. No, we have listeners from all over the world. We actually had a couple listeners add their locations to us on their maps this week. We had one from Mexico City and one from, I believe it was Norway or Finland, up in the upper European area. And it's pretty cool to add that to the map. So if you haven't seen that, it's on our website. You can click on listener map at the top and see where people are all over the world listening to this show. And we are amazed at who's out there listening. And we appreciate you guys being there. But if you're in the U.S. and really anywhere in the world too, we wish you a happy Thanksgiving. We hope that you guys have a good time with your family, celebrate some time together, and hopefully everyone has a good time. Don't eat too much. We tend to do that on Thanksgiving. So other than that, that's about it. Yeah.
I agree. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Happy holidays. Enjoy time with your families. Mm-hmm. Even if you have to work, try to make time for family.
Break out the board games.
Dude, We're
already talking about we're gonna bring out oh my goodness, I just blanked. It's the card game with like 13 different card options you put on the board, and you get to pick from those card options. Good night.
I don't know.
Anyways, it's a lot of fun. You got to play it. It's great. Just find card games.
The 13 card game.
Dominion.
That's Dominion. There you go. Yep. Yeah, those deck building games are fun. In fact, behind me, I have the DC deck building game on my shelf back there.
Cool.
So, but yeah, happy holidays, everybody. Enjoy time with your families, and thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah, thanks again for being with us, and we'll talk to you guys next week.
Good job, team.
Good deal.
Yeah. Oh,
Anne's in chat, by the way.
Oh my goodness, Anne, awesome. Anne has been cranking out the Diablo achievements.
Has she? Yeah.
Yeah, her and Jeremy and their friends were running some greater rifts earlier, and I saw them getting all the Chiefs. Cool stuff. Man, yeah, dude, time was flying by today. I was like, I'm gonna play some D3 before the podcast, and then you were like, podcast? I was like, whoa, it's 8:00.
Well, I did the show notes. I'm like, Espo didn't put anything in here at all. I wonder what he's probably playing games. I went and checked on Hearthstone. He's not there. Oh wait, yeah. Espo, what are you doing? Yeah, you didn't even add one little thing to the show notes. Like, come on, really?
So we had, everything happens in threes. We had the debacle with the embryos. Mm-hmm. And then I had the debacle with my infection in my leg. Mm-hmm. And then last night, Leslie's transmission went out in her Jeep. Yes. She calls me bawling her eyes out. And I'm like, oh, no, what's wrong? She said, I'm on the side of the road by Target. And I had to transmit. And I knew it was going to go out. I even told, her dad, I was like, you got to check this thing out. And he said, well, it's still under warranty. Just, don't drive too far. Well, luckily she didn't. Luckily she was in a safe place. So. Right. Her sister happened to be out and about, so her sister went over and got her, and they towed her vehicle up to the dealership, and we went up there today, and her dad hooked her up with a rental car. So we went up there, picked it up, and we got home. We got home at like 6:30, and I was like, oh, I got plenty of time. I'll sit down, eat, watch TV, play some Hearthstone. So I played a little bit of Hearthstone on my phone while I was eating and hanging out. And I said, all right, podcast is in an hour. I'll go play some D3 for a little bit. And before I knew it, the hour was gone. I was barely into anything, really. I was just getting ready to try to master my set dungeon. I haven't done that yet. So I haven't
done that either.
Dude, I finished my set dungeon, but for the second seasonal or the third seasonal achievement, you have to master it. And
I didn't finish my set one yet.
Yeah, it's
not
too hard.
The other morning I got on early when I think it was Saturday morning, and so maybe it's Sunday morning, and happened to be certain Rez was online.
Oh yeah,
playing, and so he's like, "Hey, I'm about to do a third level. Was it 13 Rift, a Greater Rift, and rank 13
Nephilim,
the Torment 13."
Yeah, we're that's the max you can do. So Rez and I are blowing up some 13s.
Yeah, so he's like, you want to tag along? I'm like, sure, I'll tag along. Yeah, I went from I think 170 Paragon levels to 250 by the time we get done doing those a few
Oh yeah,
times.
dude. We were ripping through Paragons the other night. Him and I, we were doing Greater Rift. I don't know what we're up to, but him and I were duoing some Greater Rifts and just tearing through them, just Paragons after Paragons and leveling up our legendary gems. I think I have 4 or 5 legendary gems up above level 60 now.
Wow.
And I gotta augment some of my weapons and gear.
Well, in that conversation, in doing those, we ended up getting the entire set of let me see what's the name of the set for me. D3.
Oh yeah, because you run those Torment 13. You finish a rift, you're getting like 6 or 7 legendaries easy each time.
Yeah,
The legendaries drop like candy.
Was it? It was the monkey set for the maid, for the monk.
Dude, you are so lucky to be running the same class as Rez.
Well, I mean,
he knows exactly what you need.
Exactly right. Yeah, so he's like, yeah, you need to do this build and use this monkey set because this is the number 1 set right now.
Yeah.
It's Wave of Light with Sun Wukong set.
Yeah.
So we end up getting all the pieces, and he's like, yeah, you need this here. I'm like, oh, you mean like this? It's sitting in my inventory waiting for me to do something with it? It's like, that's it,
that piece?
Yeah, so one after another, and so I ended up switching my entire gear over and my build over to that one.
How are you doing now then?
Better. I'm still trying to get used to it.
Okay.
I could still not solo a Rift more than probably 5. I mean, I'm not really pushing hard at all.
Yeah.
But I need a new weapon. I don't have a good weapon. It's part of the problem.
Well, I could run some D3 for a little bit if you wanna run some D3.
We will see. I have to check with everybody.
Dude, you do some family stuff. I'm gonna make some tea, and I'm gonna go check on the wife, make sure she's okay.
Yeah.
And because she goes into surgery next week.
Yep.
So.
Well, I am off until Thursday of next week.
Oh wow, dude!
But that's because we have the girl and her boy in town. And
dude, you have a son-in-law.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
You have a son-in-law. That's crazy town. Does he call you dad?
No. No.
Can I call you dad even though you're 2 years older than me?
Sure, son.
Oh my gosh. That's so weird. That is so weird. Isn't it? I couldn't imagine.
Yeah. Oh, the cool thing is that we got a couple things we're going to be doing while we're here. While they're here, we're going to Saturday night we're taking everybody to medieval times.
Yes.
We've never been to that.
They got the one down where it's at Myrtle Beach, I think.
Yeah.
So that's the closest one for us. And we've never been. It's down there. I think it's down near Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
But they have one in Orlando. And then I guess they have one, what, Austin?
Dallas.
Yeah,
so we're going to go do that Saturday night. We've always wanted to do it. We talked about it when we saw it. It was here.
Yeah.
So that'll be something fun to go do with them. So can do that. I'll take them out for barbecue one time and do some hanging out and just kind of chill and see how it goes.
Yeah. You guys will have fun. Family time's always fun.
Yeah, we hope it goes well.
Yeah.
Pick them up at the airport tomorrow.
Very cool. All right. Well, I'm going to do a little bit of stuff here and then probably get back online and see how that goes. So
we'll see how it works out.
If you need some legendary items or some paragons, we might be able to work something out.
I'm sure you could.